shit, it don't even matter the way I spit, right? I don't got my shit right, that's lit, right? The way that your girl looking at me, it might. Like this shit don't sit right, Been a while since I sit and spit right, Been a while since I worked with all right, A month ago I met with the Reaper couldn't take me, I put my own fight up. I turned my shit up, but I know what I'm here for. Shut shit down, that's what I'm here for. I said this shit just the encore. I didn't understand what I was looking beyond for. A monster, all rap to changing my sound up. The demons I round up, it's my shit. Toxic, begging you now to take caution.
Hello everyone, you're listening to 107.7 and watching 107.7 WFCS New Bern Hartford The Edge. I am Nicole, a DJ at 107.7 WFCS New Bern Hartford The Edge, and I'm here with Bayani. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fucking phenomenally. Oh, can I say that? Sorry, if I can't say that, cut that out. Aiden, cut that out.
It's fine. We have a very good editor on hand, so she got this. How was the performance? How do you feel? This was your first performance ever live. How were the nerves? What was the first thing you thought before you performed?
So when I showed up here, Brandon, Prolific, or as you guys might know him, he sent a group chat message to all the performers and was like, everyone try to be there at 4 o'clock, 4:30 for load up. And Cam was like, do not show up at 4 to 4:30 because you were going to be the only one there. And I was like, there's no way. Showed up at 4:30. Sure as hell, I was the only one here. And Brandon looked at me and he was like, well, since you're the first one here and I have to decide set order, I decided, I'll give you the ending because you were the first one here. First one here gets the best spot. And I will tell you, that shit is not easy to hear for your first performance because the last one is usually supposed to be the big one. And I was coming off of literally panicking because I was rehearsing with Cam last night in his bedroom with a microphone and just my Spotify playing and then just us going, wouldn't it be cool if I did this? And he was like, yeah. And he told me I was going up last and I mentioned it on stage. I had imposter syndrome pretty much the whole time because I was watching some insanely fucking talented people up there. I mean, you've probably already seen the interviews already, but shout out to everybody who performed tonight because, I wouldn't have been able to push myself if I hadn't watched such great performers in the first place.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. I also think that you shouldn't sell yourself so short because your performance was absolutely amazing. Every single person within that crowd could feel your energy and feel your message. And speaking of your message, Being Bayani is Dead, what's the whole thought and theme behind the album? Please give us an explanation. Here, I'll give you the mic for that one.
So in case you don't know who I am, Being Bayani is Dead is about the heart attack I suffered back in February. I don't think there's a single person in this room who didn't hear about that. And it was a pretty big deal. Was legally dead for 15 seconds, which was a fucking insane thing to hear. And I fought for my life, fought tooth and nail in that hospital for the right to live again. And, to get to where I am now is just it's a blessing. I told Jared, who was here for the last 2 seconds of my concert and then immediately left because it was 2 hours past his bedtime. 2 hours past his bedtime. I told him, I looked him in the eye, I said, Jared, I hope you know I'm never going to perform live. And he said, bullshit. I went, all right.
It's a good ride, should have never gave up to the express out of place. I wasn't sure if I could ever take stage. I think it hurts me when I'm breathing. I needed something to believe in. I needed something to believe in. The devil is talking, the voices around me, talking in all of these voices. The sound of your love is no longer resounding. And my heart stops. I think I'm gonna let the ball drop. I think I'm gonna let the ball drop. I think I'm gonna let the ball drop. It's crushing. Way back to fucking discussion. I just wanna feel something. I just wanna feel something.
I hate to say it, but Jared is somehow always right about everything. And I mean, that's my boy Gino over there. Shout out to fucking Gino. He just walked in and I went, oops. Being Bayani is Dead is about enjoying life and, taking these precious moments, these little gems that, life gives you, and to just look at them and take them all in. My first tattoo ever here, this cherry blossom I got because I told myself that the lifespan of a cherry blossom is so short, and looking at it will remind me that I have to enjoy life for every second of it, because you never know when it's going to be taken away. And, you know, I had that taken away from me for a second, and I don't think I would ever give it up again. And that's really just the message behind Being Bayani is Dead. You know, it was a privilege to be able to perform it. That project, literally the second I got out of the hospital, hello Cameron, they got Frank Ocean playing in the back. They're trying to make me cry, but I'm not going to break. I'm not going to break. You know, when I was in that hospital, all I was thinking was, man, I'm not gonna waste this anymore. I have to take everything with every step I get, and with every chance I get. I got out of the hospital. The first thing I did was, this is what I meant to do earlier, but I didn't. Verism Rip, Verism RIP, produced every single beat on that project. He gave me access to 7 years of his library to make the perfect project. He told me that whatever was in there was mine, and you know, I owe him, because to me that album is everything that I am as a person. It's raw, it's vulnerable, it's honest, it fights, it doesn't give up, and I wouldn't have that if it weren't for him. So, you know, I'm gonna clip this when I see this get posted later. Verism, thank you, brother. I love you. I'm grateful for the work we've done together. We're not done working together. Don't forget that. But yeah, I mean, just enjoy life as it comes at you, because you don't know when it's going to stop. You don't know when it's going to end. I know there are plenty of people out there who, you know, grief and loss is something that they experience every day, and you have to make the most of what you get thrown at you. And tonight, I'd like to think that I did that.
I think you did do that, and I think there's so many people within that audience that could understand the multitude of messages you had, and just like the different layers in which they all affect you and are very prevalent in your life. And I think if you take a second to listen to that album, you're also very much going to hear it within the lyrics you have to say. And yes, those produced beats are actually amazing. God-like beats, guys. I'm telling you, so good. Really. And the writing is so good. Can you like give us a little bit of the writing process and what you had to go through and what you had to like de-center within your head in order to get that like honest and raw and vulnerable?
So originally the process started with the single track Wanna Know had come out like way before anything else had come out, and I wasn't gonna actually ever write about my time in the hospital, but there was one line that came out of it where I was like, that was just so fucking hard that I need to write an album about it. It's the lyric that goes, a month ago I met with the light, but the Reaper couldn't take me. I put my own fight up. I wrote that, and I decided, like, I have no time to waste. I need to tell this story now, because the sooner I tell it, the better it'll feel. And, you know, I just wrote about what was on my mind. You know, I write a lot about my friends in that. And, I mean, I had to represent the fucking gang one time. Had the WFCS shirt on stage because, you know, I love my people over there. I wrote about my family. You know, I won't get too into detail of it. My mother struggled. You know, it's not easy to watch, you know, your loved one, your child, your everything you raised to struggle in the hospital. And, you know, I lost 30 pounds in the hospital off of living off fluids. She lost 35 pounds off of pure stress. And, you know, forever grateful for her being by my side throughout all of that. I wrote about her a lot during that. And just, you know, reflecting on who I was before the incident, I write about it a lot. You know, I was an avid drug user. I was a smoker. God knows the shit I would do in front of you guys when I was at the station. And since then, I've cut pretty much all of that out. that life is too precious to intentionally chip away at it. And I found that it's really been a blessing for me. I'm much happier now as a person, and you know, I listen to that project like every day because it just serves as like a really, really stark reminder that, you know, I am here and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So just take it, you know, one step at a time.
That was beautiful. And I think it's just like so amazing being able to like call myself your friend and watching you grow over these last couple of months and the transformation you've had, not only like you said, physically, but also spiritually and mentally, and you've just like grown in so many different ways. And I think this album is also a representation of that. And I think my final question today is Being Bayani dead? What is the next project you have for Bayani, or what is the next thing you want for Geo?
That's a phenomenal question, because I've actually had this conversation quite a lot with a couple. Shout out to James, the Midday Marauder. James messaged me the other day. He was like, hey, so if the album is called Being Bayani is Dead, does that mean like you're done going under that name? And you know, I'm gonna be honest, it's something I haven't quite decided on yet. The pseudonym that I've been going under for so long, you know, I just released probably the most honest and vulnerable thing I ever have under that name. But I question myself every day, wondering if that pseudonym really represents who I am as a person. Haley, who's working audio right now, he and I talked about it on our podcast, and I mean, like, it's a question that I gotta ask myself like every day. You know, am I gonna make music under Gio Rodriguez, or am I gonna keep going under Bayani, or am I gonna do a secret third thing that no one knows about? Who knows? But I'm not thinking too hard about it. I just think I'm just gonna relish this for now, and then go from there.
That's amazing, and I can't wait to watch you relish. And thank you so much for being here and for performing today. And I was really glad that I got to interview you. I think that's all we got today, folks. Thank you so much for watching 107.7. We're all done. Where the music matters.
So, backstory behind this. I'm gonna be honest, I only thought that Brandon thought of me for this because last month we ran into each other at a concert. So I decided for my last song today, my favorite songs that I've heard in the past, like, probably like 5 years. Kick the door.